starting the closing ceremony shortly. Thank you.
Hello, hello. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Krishna Jaiswal, and I serve as the co-pupil coordinator of Lamartnia Extra Co-curricular Organization LEO, as we all call it, and I warmly welcome all of you to the closing ceremony of the Claude Martin debates and the Bonolise Memorial Quiz. It is with immense joy and gratitude that we gather here today, reflect upon and celebrate the climax of 3 years, filled with insightful debates, spirited quiz competition, and exchange of ideas. Over the past 3 days, we have witnessed the spark of interest and pursuit of knowledge. Among our young minds, the debates were not merely clashes of opinions, but rather a platform for constructive discourse that encouraged critical thinking and empathy. The quiz competitions, on the other hand, showcased participants' mastery of various subjects, their quick thinking, and their ability to recall and apply information. Now, hello. I will now call upon my core team, our logistics head, Chaitanya Agarwal, the man who managed to answer any and every call, even after running around the entire time and listening to the issues of each and every logistic member on his call. Sayyid Ali Abbas, the person who is always ready for backup and makes sure each and every participant enjoys the event to the fullest. He was the person behind making the fellowship evening memorable to all of us. Shiv Chaturvedi in absentia. Though he is not present here this evening, his contributions made this event successful. Our treasurer, Yash Sengar, in absentia, his way of managing all crises and dealing with trouble is commendable. He is a person of highest demand at any matter of time. Harnik Chawla. Throughout the event, he has always present near the food stalls, either getting them arranged or bullying juniors for the food. Our technical secretary, Manan Gulati. He is the guy behind all the wonderful video presentations that we all adored throughout the event. Besides, Manan is also famous for completing all his work himself by politely bullying his juniors or simply ordering Keshav to do his work. Keshav Mittal, the literal pillar of the Leo, who proved to be the person of highest demand of the events. He was a person accountable for all the important things, from judging sheets to doing other core members' work as well. Our admin secretary, Yashveer Singh, the sweet, calm core member of Leo, was always chased by all the juniors who run after him, begging him to send them in the inter-school events, for which he selects everyone only on the basis of talent, not friendship. And I bet you have never heard him talk. Ruman Ashwaq Habib, the most decorated person of the college, but he needs to constantly remind that he is also the admin secretary of our organization. Nevertheless, he was very instrumental in handling the chairpersons and the timekeepers for various debates. Ash Pandey in absentia, the person whose opinions are taken by everyone in the Leo but followed by none. All the follow-up work was done under him, and he made sure that everything is done properly by ordering all his juniors to make over 100 calls daily. Moving on to my co-people coordinator, Devansh Rastogi. He has always been the most supporting person for all the members of not only the core, but also the junior OC members on this wild, memorable ride. Thank you, partner, for always being there for me and guiding me at every moment of doubt.
And with us, we have the host of this wonderful evening, my co-pupil coordinator of Leo, Krishna Jaiswal. Krishna has served as the pillar of Leo. He has done each and every work with immense care. Although he is an avid worker, but his tales at the canteen are something for which we would require another hour.
Thank you, my team. Now, ladies and gentlemen, an event of such a large scale is not possible without the cooperation and collaboration of various individuals. First and foremost, a heartfelt gratitude to our principal, Mr. Kalyan McFarland, for his invaluable guidance and unwavering support throughout the journey of organizing this event. Additionally, we extend our senior appreciation to our HOD, Mr. G. Globo, whose understanding and facilitation played a pivotal role in granting us the necessary class and test exemptions, enabling us to dedicate ourselves to make this event a reality. I would like to take a moment and express my heartfelt thanks to the following individuals who have been instrumental in the success of this event. Mr. Sherry, Mr. Desmond, Mr. Nanda, and the EDP team of their exceptional technical coordination that ensured the seamless executions of various technical aspects. A special mention to Mr. Bennett, Mr. Tony McCluskey, and the college kitchen team for serving delicious food and delighted our attendees throughout the event. Mr. Mohit Masi for managing the transport and ensuring that the pickup and drop-off facilities reached the teams on the stipulated time slots. Our gratitude also extends to Mr. Thapa for his meticulous efforts in ensuring security, sanitation, contributing to the security and comfort of all the participants. We extend our thank you to Mr. Moin Ali and Mr. Rizwan for their valuable assistance in providing essential furniture arrangements that enhance the event functionality. The delight efforts of Mr. Gomes in overseeing the event's decoration deserves our appreciation, as it added an extra layer of ambience and visual appeal. A big thank you to Mr. Rajkumar, whose expertise in lights and sounds engineering elevated the event's overall experience. Our appreciation goes to Mr. Leonard John for ensuring a steady supply of electricity, which is a lifeline of any event. Our debating secretary, Mr. Craig Kerr, who so efficiently managed the debates, ensuring that the division of pools, draw of lots, tabulation of results, everything went smoothly. He left no stones unturned on this event. Edition of the Claude Martin debates, we are greatly indebted to him. Our quizzing secretaries, Mr. Rima Dhingra and Mr. Ritu Sharma, who pressed all buttons in the Bonolis memorial quiz, right from selecting the questions to correcting the answers scripts and conducting the final round of the quiz today. Our CSEC coordinator's assistant, Mr. Pramod Bhaiya, for managing stationary tablecloths and driving us away from the office. We were legit scared of you at some times. Mrs. S. Siddiqui, the headmistress of the junior school, who also served as a CSEC coordinator until last year. She guided, mentored, and taught us how the work is to be done. Had it not been ma'am, we wouldn't never be able to organize this event. Lastly, our coordinator co-killer activities, Mr. Mayank Tiwari, from whom, even though in his first year had been a beacon of strength of his, it is because of his unwavering dedication and resilience that we were able to conduct such national event on this scale. We thank you, sir, for your cooperation. Thank you once again to everyone who had contributed to this event success. And let us cherish the memories created here for years to come. Now, Keshav will take over the proceedings of the ceremony.
Good evening, everyone. An event of such grandeur cannot be possible without the contribution from our sponsors. I, on behalf of the entire organization, would like to thank our sponsors for their generous contributions in making this event a great success. They are our presenting sponsors, Athena Education, Clad Possible, and Obsession, a commerce hub. Our supporting sponsors, Interiors Today and IDB Consultants. Moreover, our catering partners who have agreed to put up the stalls to serve delicacies to all of us throughout the course of the event are JJ Bakers, Surya Caterers, RF Castle, and Roastery Coffee House. Having said that, we invite all of you to a captivating journey as we look back at the past 3 days of the Claude Martin debates in the Boulone Memorial Quiz. As we embark on this video presentation prepared by our very own Leo Media team and edited by my co-technical secretary Manan Gulati, we welcome you to join us as we reflect upon the remarkable experiences that have united us under the banner of intellect, curiosity, and the joy of learning. The presentation shall now be presented on screen.
in a foreign field. For some reason I can't explain. Once you'd gone, it was never, never an honest word. And that was when I ruled the world. It was the wicked and wild.
Thank you, technical team, for that presentation. Now, I would like to call upon Yashveer to announce the much awaited awards. Thank you.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Moving on to the most anticipated part of the event, the awards. I want to take a moment and appreciate all the participants who took part in the debates and quizzes. My heartiest congratulations not only to the winners but also to all the participants who prepared, practiced, and performed so exceptionally well. It's not just about who got the most points or won the debates. It's about the effort, the teamwork, and the courage to step up. You all did that, and that's something to be proud of. Without any further ado, we represent to you the awards of the Claude Martin debates and the Boulone Lise quiz. Now I would like to call upon our principal, Mr. Carlisle McFarland, to distribute these awards. Firstly, the results of the Boulone Lise quiz is as follows. At third position, Lawrence School Lovedale, represented by Agnidipto Nanda and E. Sanjay Roshan. At second position, City Montessori School, Gomti Nagar 1, Lucknow, represented by Sohana Shukla and Shirja Mukherjee. And at first position, La Martner College, Lucknow, represented by Amay Gupta and Sargik Pandey. The rolling Boulone Lise quiz salvers shall be presented to La Martner College, Lucknow. Can we request Ma'am Dhingra and Ma'am Sharma to represent this award with Mr. Carlisle McFarland? Now we move on to the Best Speaker Awards. The Best Speaker Awards in the quarter-final rounds is as follows. Hansika from Weinberg Allen School, Missouri. Shri Gupta from Loreto Convent Intermediate College, Lucknow. Umika Panda from Loreto House, Kolkata. And Kritin Bhasin from Lamartine College, Lucknow. Now we move on to the Best Speaker Awards in the semi-final rounds. Hansika from Weinberg Allen School, Missouri. And Devang Pratap Singh from Lamartine College, Lucknow. Now we move on to the Best Speaker Awards in the final debate, won jointly by Hansika of Weinberg Allen School, Missouri, and Prapti Banerjee of Loreto House, Kolkata. Now we move on to the results of the Claude Martin Debates 2023. Runners-up, Weinberg Allen School, Missouri, which was represented by Hansika, Soumya Gupta, Suhani Panda, and Naomi Rose. Now the winning team, Loreto House, Kolkata, the team represented by Umika Panda, Prapti Banerjee, Advaita Sengupta, and Manya Parekh. The rolling Claude Martin debate salver shall be represented to Loreto House, Kolkata. I would like to call Mr. Kerr and Mr. Tiwari to represent this award. Now the best speaker of the tournament goes to Hansika from Weinberg Allen School, Missouri. Now I would like to call upon one participant from each participating schools and collect their certificates. City Montessori School, Gomti Nagar 1. Now I would like to call the teacher in charge of City Montessori School, Gomti Nagar 1. A huge round of applause, please. City Montessori School, Rajajipuram 1. Delhi Public School, Eldeco. Lamartine College, Lucknow. Now I would like to call Lamartine Girls College, Lucknow. With their teacher in charge, please. Now I would like to call Lawrence School, Lovedale, with their teacher in charge. Loreto Convent, Intermediate College, Lucknow. Nirja Modi School, Jaipur. Now Loreto House, Kolkata. St. Agnes Loreto Day School, Lucknow. St. George's College, Missouri. Stella Maris School, Lucknow. They're not present. Assam Valley School, Tezpur. Weinberg Allen School, Missouri. Mount Carmel College, Lucknow. Army Public School, SP Marg, Lucknow. Now I would like to call Mr. Carlisle McFarland to take over the further proceedings of the ceremony.
Ladies and gentlemen, I've done too much speaking today, and if I speak for any more, you're likely to explode. However, when I was quiz master this morning, I did not see myself as the principal of a school. I saw myself in what I described at that time as a giant classroom, and I enjoyed interacting, getting responses, getting reactions, calling for silence, waiting with bated breath whether a team would be able to answer a particular question or not, and of course, absolutely delighted when they scored in the way that they did. In the same way, for the finals of the debate, I had an opportunity to be able to present a point of view, not to debate, but to agree partially with both teams, which I had the privilege to do because I was not debating. Now I am here in a more formal capacity as principal of this institution, and therefore a word of thanks, even though detailed thanks have been given before, seems kind of significant when it comes from the head of the school. Just as Keshav had earlier messaged and wished each member of staff who had made a contribution, I would also like to do the same. I commence by thanking Mr. Mayank Tiwari, who has stepped into this role, filling in what I have described as very big shoes, which were left by his predecessor, Mrs. Sheba Siddiqui. He has been able to conduct this because of the goodwill that he has achieved with his colleagues and, of course, the kind of rapport which he has established and will continue to improve on with the pupils, especially the senior-most pupils who assist in all these matters. For the Claude Martin debates, Mr. Craig Kerr has overseen every detail, especially those very interesting topics. He did run the topics past me. There were about 45, 48, maybe 50 topics. And with the exception of one, which to me seemed a little dated, every one of the topics was so well worded, and you may disagree with some of them, you may feel it was a one-sided thing in another one of them, but the fact is, it is a debate, and you have had your opportunity to speak up. To the two ladies, I have the opportunity of formally thanking them once again, Mrs. Reema Dhingra and Mrs. Ritu Sharma, for the work that they put in for the quiz, and which we found quite enjoyable, even though it was a little lengthy, okay? And I think it was a little lengthy more because of me rather than because of the questions. Behind the scenes, we have had our EDP department work overtime, as they always do whenever there is a function which goes on. I thank all of them by thanking especially Mr. Sherry Oman, who heads the department as well. For those of you who stayed with us on campus, we didn't offer you luxury because we don't have it. But we offered you a part of our home, and we do hope that you were fairly comfortable in this excruciating heat and humidity. I hope you enjoyed the meals, which incidentally are meals cooked in school, which our boys also ate along with you in the dining hall, while you ate in what we call an activity hall. But we want you always to come here and have a school experience. And if our school is found lacking, well then we need to pull up our socks to be able to do better in order that our boys might get the privilege of this. And finally, I am first a teacher. Okay. This is a job I do. And when I see my boys learning, making their mistakes, fumbling, confident sometimes, giving brilliant ideas, using their minds, I feel that the work of the school is done. There will always be complaints, okay, especially from my colleagues, and I complain as well. I got 10 minutes rest from 5:50 to 6 o'clock, 10 minutes rest today, and so I was complaining like anything. And I do understand that my staff must also complain, even though not very publicly. By the way, boys and girls, your staff do the same, all right? But we'll not talk about that at the moment. But as a teacher, to see these boys progress in the way that they have, to me, is quite astounding. I have actually heard Yashveer speak today for the first time in 12 years, right? I have actually seen and heard Krishna making his mistakes, being a little nervous, but I know when he comes up immediately, after I have spoken just now, to close this evening's program, he will be a far more confident young man than when we began 3 days ago. I have seen every member of this core team work to the best of their ability, and I did listen very carefully when each of them were given a little description by one of their peers who was introducing and thanking them as they came up on stage. And indeed, every one of those remarks were well chosen and correct. Today, I already have had the opportunity of complimenting our quiz team. I think it's the first time that we have won the quiz in 10 years. Is that so? Yes, it is. And why do I compliment them? Not just for the win, somebody has to win, but for that presence of mind in the closing moments of the quiz, which shot them ahead of others who had consistently kept their points going through all of the rounds. There were teams with 40-40, which means that they had scored in each of the 4 rounds. And then suddenly, these boys decided, let's go ahead. It'll be interesting for me to talk to them later and find out, boys, what made you go ahead when you could have been safe and comfortable and just kept your mouth shut. I hope I will be able to share what they say with others in the school as well, when we consider how at times we need to take risks. Calculated risks, but risks all the same. As I complimented the winners on stage, and they were winners, I noticed disappointment in some faces and eyes. That too was a learning experience. I have noticed the great joy and the magnanimity in victory in the debates, especially in this last debate this evening. In every one of these things, you will go home with experiences which have helped you to learn. And I am sure that Claude Martin, who left his entire estate towards the cause of education, Boulone Lise, who, as a woman of her times, knew what she had to do and the role that she had to play, would be so proud, especially of the girls who are visiting over here, that they have the freedom to express themselves and conduct themselves in the way that they have. Thank you very much, and may I now ask Krishna to take over. I have just been reminded by Abbas of me overlooking a rather key element. And please do not think that it is because they're taken for granted, okay? I would like to, and I'm not calling each one by name and introducing each one separately, but I would like them to have the privilege of the stage in recognition of all the work they have done, especially behind the scenes. You may say that this is too huge a group. For us, it's perfectly all right. If more come, more learn. May I invite, first of all, our core committee to please come up. They have already been introduced and take the stage at this time. And they will, in their turn, welcome the... What are they? They will, in their turn, welcome the organizing committee and the boys in the logistics team as well. The organizing committee, followed by the logistics team. I want you to take the stage here, please. Now, as I'm looking at the number of boys who are coming up, I'm realizing that there are more organizers than participants. However, this is my pride and joy that every one of these lads have learned something, have been a part of a program which is largely to educate and largely to teach you what the challenges of life are and how you deal with them. Okay. Probably unseen by most of you, but definitely seen by me, because they do their work so very silently and well, are the college media team. I would like our media boys to please come up on stage at this time. You may not know that we have a camera way up over there, at the moment unmanned because the boys are rushing down, which has captured every single moment over here. Not a single member of staff is personally handling that. Members of staff will be directing them, but the actual work is done by these lads, who very proudly wear their crew t-shirts as well. And here come the boys from upstairs, who have been taking those special photographs and also the video. And so, participants at the 10th edition of the two competitions, will you please collectively compliment my boys? Okay, thank you very much. Now I think I can invite Krishna. Now I think I can invite Devansh. Look, there's going to be a fight for the mic. Let me get out of this as soon as I can, okay? You've got your certificates. Dinner is coming. Be quiet. Sit down quietly, every one of you, all right?
I would like to thank the principal of Lamartine College for calling each and every one of us here. Ladies and gentlemen, I can see members of Elman also here on the stage. This is what Lamartine presents. To conduct an event of such magnitude, two of the biggest societies collaborate, help out each other, and eventually ensure that the event is conducted efficiently. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a round of applause for Devang Pratap Singh and Kaustubh Tiwari. Moving on, one set of boys where we failed to acknowledge them are the pupil authorities which were throughout in the event with us. They are, and I would request them to please stand: Ivan Jude Parker, Peter Francis, Chirag Kejriwal, Prakhar Gupta, Prakhar Kasaudan, and Asher. One thing which I was personally noticing was the efforts that Soham himself has put throughout the event. He has been standing with the mega cam entirely throughout the event. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a round of applause for Soham. Before ending the closing ceremony formally, I have received feedbacks for escorts and logistics. There were praises and only praises, ladies and gentlemen. The effort that the logistic teams puts in is often neglected, but not by us. The effort that each and every member of my logistic team puts matters and counts for the conduction of the event of such a magnitude. From the smallest things to of providing water, getting things from one place to another, each and everything was done by them on time, with efficiency and with decency. Ladies and gentlemen, though I'll be repeating this, but may I have a round of applause for the logistic team of Lamartine College. And finally, I would like to acknowledge the efforts put in by our CCA coordinator, Mr. Mayank Tiwari. To handle the 11 and 12 of us is not an easy task, and that is something which Mr. Tiwari can vouch for. So, ladies and gentlemen, another round of applause for Mr. Mayank Tiwari. I would like the core team of Leo to stand up in order to respect Sir's efforts throughout the event. And finally, I would like to thank the principal of our school, Mr. Kalai McFarland, who has been the show stealer, from dancing, using smoke guns, to addressing the crowds and cracking jokes, and to gathering the attention and adding life to our event. Ladies and gentlemen, may I have a huge round of applause for the principal of Lamartnia, Mr. Carlisle McFarland. Coming to the end note, one member which I would like to thank personally from the boarding house is Josefa. He is the person who has been with us throughout, and when I say throughout, ladies and gentlemen, I am undermining the efforts which he has put in. From staying in school till 10:30 in the night and getting up at 7:30 and ensuring each and everything is done is not an easy task. So ladies and gentlemen, this is my personal thanks to my friend Josefa, who has helped us throughout and throughout and throughout. And finally, our debating secretaries and quiz secretaries who have worked with us, or rather have been patient with us, wherein we have made mistakes, gave suggestions which may have not been very viable, honestly. But I would like to thank them for cooperating with us so that we are here today on this stage, on this platform, and are able to conduct Claude Martin debates and the Boulone Memorial Quiz. Thank you, ma'am, and thank you, Mr. Kerr. I hope each and every participant here had fun. I hope each and every individual enjoyed, made memories, and when they go home, they go with a smile and have memories to share with their parents and families. Now, with that, I formally would like to close the closing ceremony of the Claude Martin debates and the Boulone Memorial Quiz. Vive Lamartnia, long live Lamartnia.